about that, chat, we got to go ahead and get to the cartoon reviews. I am obligated to you to do a scene by scene breakdown of Gargoyles Episode 2, chat. And we're starting out, and it's not going great for Goliath and company. So they just got back to the castle. And Goliath is seeing the stone chunks, literally the petrified meat chunks of his mate/wife, chat. His angel of the night. He's like, Dave, look what they did to my girl. They literally smashed her to smithereens. And he's got his boy with him. He's got his, like, his older, I guess his mentor, if you will, chat. Like, a lot of the Gargoyles don't have names yet. And so I imagine they'll get names later on in the series, because they don't, Goliath is the only one that has a name. So it's, like, interesting. And he's like, shit, man, I'm sorry. Goliath is like, humans! And he's mad, chat. Fucking Keith David is pissed. Meanwhile, we cut down to the Rookery, where we found our other characters, chat. They were hiding in there, because that's where Goliath exiled. They come out, and they see just the devastation the Vikings have done to the castle. Castle Wyvern, I believe it's called. And they're like, fuck, we didn't hear anything. We swear to God, we're just coming up here the first time. But, you know, Goliath and his buddy, they fly down their chat, and they're like, oh my God, you're alive. What about everyone else? And they're like, everyone's dead. And they're like, shit. Like, there's some heavy stuff immediately here. Eric112, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. And, I mean, you even see there's shadows of, like, dead bodies, too. Like, this is a very dark, I'm like, wow, this show is very, like, Disney greenlighted this and was okay with it. I'm kind of shocked the mouse would do this. But you see, like, you know, the shadows of, like, people's limbs sticking. I was like, okay, they're clearly killing people, these Vikings, and they kill the Gargoyles. And they're like, fuck this, we are immediately gonna go get revenge, okay? We're gonna avenge my angel of the night. She's goddamn petrified meat chunks. Vengeance will be had, and they fly off, chat. Meanwhile, we cut back to the Viking King, the captain, the betrayer, Chad. He was the part of the he was loyal to the Gargoyles, but he betrayed everybody. For why? What reasons? It helped the Gargoyles, but it didn't matter at the end. And we also see the princess, the Scottish princess, Chad, and Malgus the wizard, and the Viking King. He is just rubbing the shit in the princess's face, like, I took over all this. I got all this gold and resources. The princess is like, the fucking Gargoyles. Now she's like all about the Gargoyles. Now it's like, come on, lady, you were being super racist. She was very racist, chat. Speciesist even. Very speciesist towards the Gargoyles. He's like, oh, they're gonna come for me now. It's like, really? God damn it. Mr. Pancake 2000, thank you for the host and welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well tonight. Just in the middle of this little conversation between the Viking King and the princess. And the Viking King's like, I'm not worried about it. It's fine. Even but the captain's clearly nervous. He's like, I don't know. They're probably gonna come. You fucking smashed his lady of the night, you dingus. And Malgus, he's like, why'd you betray us, Captain? Why? And the captain, like, kind of starts to explain himself, but you could tell, like, he's in a rock and a hard place now. Like, he might have had good intentions for the Gargoyles, but the Gargoyles are destroyed, so everything is his fault. And he's like, I don't know. This is where I am. I'm just playing all my cards at this point. I don't know what to do. And then the Viking King and goddamn the Captain of the Guard, they get in a little argument about the fate of the Gargoyles. Like, they're going to be coming first. They're going to be hunting first. Viking King's like, I'm not scared of any Gargoyles. I don't care. And then you see the fucking Gargoyles coming, chat. They don't have their pupils in, just all white eyes. And they're like, wah! And they just proceed to attack the troops of the Viking King. They're grabbing people, chat. They're throwing them up in the air. They're falling down. Bam! Smush! Just guts everywhere. Ripping people apart. I mean, it's not shown, but you know it's happening. You know these guys are getting fucked up. And the Viking King's like, I gotta fucking skedaddle. And him and the captain, they goddamn grab the princess. And the Viking King's like, if you come near me, I will kill the princess. And Goliath's like, I don't give a fuck. And he immediately comes for her. But then Goliath, he gets stuck in the fight. The Viking King and the captain, they run off the princess. Malgus, he is pissed off, Chad. He just does not care. And he's just like, I gotta survive, but I want to kill these Gargoyles too. It's like, why? They're here to rescue you. But he's upset that because he thinks they're going to be causing the princess's death. Goliath, he managed to get out of this fight, chat, and then it's just him. And he just flies over to the cliff that fucking the captain and the Viking King had the princess. They're about to slit her throat. And the captain's like, no, don't do it. And they start arguing, chat, and all this shit. Goliath, he comes over there, and he fucking kicks him. And they kick him, and actually, he doesn't kick him at all. But they both topple over, chat, into the black Scottish waves, where they presumably die. And Goliath gets there, and the princess is like, yeah, they're dead. And he's like, oh, okay, that takes care of it. Oh, no, actually, no. He's like, ah! He's screaming because it's like, I have been denied my vengeance. I've been denied my vengeance against the person, the invader, and the betrayer. Like, I'm not getting nothing. Ooh, reviewing the stuff would be great, Soul Money. I'd love to review the stuff. It's a very fun film. And so now, is his name Hudson? They haven't named Hudson yet. At least not yet. And so Princey's like, I'm gonna take you back, princess. I'm very peeved, though. Meanwhile, we got fucking Malgus. And even though the Gargoyles just saved his life, and also the lives of all the refugees that were also about to be slaughtered by the Vikings, he's like, fuck you! You are the true villains! You murdered my princess! We didn't kill your princess, dude! We came here to help you. He's like, if you didn't come, they wouldn't have killed her. It's like, first of all, you don't even know she's dead yet. Goliath flew off to save her. It's like, you were making a lot of assertions. Again, that's speciesism, chat. Why is everyone so mean to the Gargoyles? It's terrible. And then Malgus, he just, during the scene, chat, also, before this, fucking the Viking King, Clancy Brown, Mr. Krabs, he is taking all of Malgus's books and he's burning certain pages and shit. He's like, I wonder what this is. It doesn't matter. I can't even read. And he's burning all the pages. Malgus is like, no, my books. And Malgus, he opens up one of his books, chat, and he does this incantation. And he puts it upon the Gargoyles, and they turn the stone at night, chat. It's a curse. 1,000-year curse. It's like, and it can only be lifted, apparently, when Castle Wyvern is above the clouds, chat. It's like, oh, interesting. Very specific. Very specific curse. Meanwhile, fucking Goliath, he comes back, drops off the princess. She's unharmed. And she's like, what the fuck did you just do, Malgus? He's like, oh, princess, I thought, that you died, and I blamed the Gargoyles for some reason, and I cursed them for, like, a long time. And she's like, why would you do that? He's like, I didn't think it out. I was mad. And Goliath is like, what the fuck? I've lost my angel of the night. I couldn't get my vengeance on the betrayer and the invader, and now the rest of my kind have been turned to stone for eternity. For at least 1,000 years or whatever. It's like, what? Fuck it. Just turn me the stone. Turn me the stone. And Malgus is like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, man, I don't want to live. Like, Goliath is basically saying, just put me out of my misery. Just come in. Let me join my family in perpetual hell. This was green-lighted by the mouse. It's like, what? And he's like, okay, I can do that. But Goliath has one last request. He's like, hey, princess, I fucking saved your life, like, a lot, all right? Like, multiple times. Could you please watch over the rookery where all of the gargoyle eggs are that me and my wife, that she birthed? Could you watch over them? Because they're gonna hatch soon. They need someone to watch them. And she's like, yeah, well, I will guard them with our lives forever and ever. For all eternity. He's like, thank you. At least you're gonna do something for me. Thank you. All right, do the fucking spell. And then they turn the stone, chat, poor old Goliath, and then they put them back on Castle Wyvern. They put them up there. This is fucked up because the princess mentions, like, okay, we're gonna leave, everybody. we're gonna leave and go live with my uncle at his castle. And so already, chat, just completely abandoning her promise to Goliath to protect the rookery and the gargoyle eggs. It's like, bitch, what the fuck? It's like, man, I hate these humans, chat. They suck. They're terrible people. Oh, I need a drink. I'm sorry. I feel so bad for Goliath and his family. I don't like it. Gargoyle omelets for sure. They probably did do that. They're like, no, we're hungry. Well, you said there were eggs down there. Let's eat them raw. Eat them raw. They didn't care. Okay. So, many years pass, chat. Matter of fact, 1,000 years pass. Like initially the series takes place in the year 994, and now we're in the far distant future, chat, of 1994. That's where we are, and we are seeing the castle. It's currently being occupied, at least it's being visited by this mercenary group. These guys with modern weapons, chat. They got guns and shit. And then who walks out of this helicopter jet that just landed? David Big Dick Xantos, chat. This character is awesome. Voiced, funny enough, by Commander Riker, I believe, from Star Trek: The Next Generation. The guy with the beard. Now I know I'm not very. I'll admit my Star Trek knowledge is very limited, but I believe this is Riker. And yes, yep, Devin just confirmed it. Thank you. And fucking David Big Dick Santos is right there, chat. And he's like, finally, I have it. And then they systematically begin to take apart the castle, chat. And they move it brick by brick by brick all the way, I think, to New York City. It could be Jonathan Frakes. Frakes, I'm saying his name. I might be saying his name incorrectly. I apologize, chat. Jonathan Frakes. But they systematically carry each and every single brick to, I guess, New York. And they rebuild the Castle Wyvern on top of the skyscraper owned by David Xantos. David Xantos, chat, get a little background. I mean, explain later in the episode, but he is a incredibly wealthy person. A businessman of a multinational corporation, I assume. They don't go into many details with him, but it's like, okay, this guy is obviously playing someone who's of great importance and he has a lot of wealth. He fucking put a castle on top of his skyscraper. That takes some money and some influence, chat. So they do that, and you see then in the cuts to daytime, after they've laid the last brick, chat, and the Castle Wyvern is finally above the clouds. It's like, whoa! And then the Gargoyles, they fucking Xantos like, I'm gonna go up and see this. And so he's standing right next to the goddamn Goliath, chat, and he witnesses the rebirth, the birthing, if you will, of the Gargoyles. They come out of there, and they're all just looking out, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck, we got out, woo! And they see out into the city, like, where the hell are we? How long have we been in here? And David Xantos, he's like, you've been here exactly 1,000 years. And I'm like, who the hell are you? It's like, oh, I am David Xantos. And he begins explaining the entire curse, the prophecy. He's like, I studied these manuscripts and I became obsessed with them. And I came across this book. It's called the Ancient Book of Malgus. Malgus, who was the wizard who cursed Goliath and his family. And I found this book, and I became obsessed with it. It's like I wanted to eliminate the curse. I wanted to cure you of the curse and bring you here and to learn from you. And you know, Goliath is like, listen, we've had quite a bit of bad experiences with humans. You know, don't fault me for not taking you at your word. And David's like, hey, I understand you. Humans betrayed you. They took advantage of your hospitality. They took advantage of your abilities. I will never do that to you. I did this because I am just a humble learner, a scholar, if you will. And if there's anything I can do to help you, and Goliath, like, if you can trust me. It's like Goliath says, we will never trust any human ever again. But we appreciate what you did. That was very kind. So I like it. Goliath is like, he's both an asshole, but he even's giving his respect when it's due. We appreciate what you did. David Xantos. He's like, thank you. And then the fucking castle is immediately attacked. It's like, what's going on? And you get these mercenaries in these helicopters, chat, and they just start fucking blasting. And they're blasting the Gargoyles. Like, what? And then we cut back, chat. Remember in the first episode how it opens up modern day? All the cops and all the debris falling? This is where we are now. We had the police detective pull up. She sees all the debris falling on cars and people. They're just exploding because they're getting smushed so hard. She's like, what's going on up there? Now we know. And the Gargoyles, they become embroiled in a protracted battle between this mercenary group. Fucking throwing them off buildings, shit, disemboweling and chat. David Xantos, he gets a gun. He's blasting shit. David Xantos, he's badass. He's blasting them too, right alongside the Gargoyles. And they manage to repel the enemy, chat, after murdering a whole bunch of them. And then they're like, hey, David Xantos, thank you again. He was like, hey, I'm here to help, guys. I'm here, please, tell me of your ways. Tell me of your ways, mighty Goliath. And then that's the episode, chat. That's how it ends. It's like, what's going to happen next? Apparently, David Xantos is a nice guy. From what I could tell, David Xantos is going to be a lifelong friend of the Gargoyles. That's what I believe right now. Oh, man. It was a very fun episode. Again, it's really establishing the world and just how shit the circumstances are surrounding Goliath and his friends and his family. You know. Oh, also, we find out too. I forgot to mention this because Goliath, he asks Xantos, "What about the rookery? There, we had eggs in the rookery." And Xantos is like, "Oh yeah, there's no eggs down there." And they're like, "Fuck! That bitch lied to me." He's like, "No." Did the Merc steal something? Did they steal the book? Maybe they stole the book. They might have stolen an object. What did they steal? I don't remember. I don't remember what happens. Oh, you're spoiling it for me, Tuned Outs, also known as Ro. Oh, they steal the book of Malgus. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, they steal the book. All right, well, that's probably not good. There you go, Chip. But that is episode 2 of Gargoyles. Very, very fun. I'm liking the show a lot. I am seriously just shocked. And they're using real guns. They're using those. They always have bullets. I'm shocked at just how mature the show is. You know, I just had no idea. I knew, I was like, oh, it's dark, I guess. But it's like, no, it really is, both in its visuals and its storytelling. I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. I recommend it. Yeah. But no, guys, with that, we're going to go ahead and get into the gameplay. I love this show. Thank you, Toadow. I'll tell you, how come they use real guns for this and not for Spider-Man? I don't know. I think that was just, maybe it was a Marvel thing. Like, they couldn't have guns. I really don't know. Maybe, was that Fox? Because was Gargoyles on Fox? That was a Disney thing. That was a Disney show. I never want to reboot because it just won't be the same. For Gargoyles, and they haven't done it. Yeah, it's just kind of, it's been very isolated. You always hear rumblings of maybe an adaptation for a film. I know that Jordan Peele had mentioned way back that if he was to do like a big budget, like Hollywood-esque film, it would be, he mentioned Gargoyles. It's like, that'd be kind of cool to see his interpretation of that. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I like it. Juicy, very much juicy approved.